many years ago. I believe it was 1996. Jeff Goldstein, uh, really great handicapping author, trainer, study guy, and exotic player, and myself wrote a book called The Only Trifecta Book You'll Ever Need. We felt there was a need for this book because very few people at the track had any idea of how to play a trifecta. They just boxed 3 horses, boxed 4 horses, really with no strategy whatsoever. And what we, in this particular book, we do cover a lot of different trifecta strategies. But there are 3 on here, starting here with the board bet, the double board bet, and the stack bet, which we're going to cover today, which are the most viable trifecta strategies that we've ever used, and also the most productive. Now, basically, what we talk about, there's some of the stuff before you get to the meat of the actual strategies. We talk about why exotic bets are really the best way to go these days if you have a decent strategy. And that's the whole key. The trifecta, again, I believe it started in the 90s, maybe, I'm sorry, in the late 60s, early 70s in New York, and moved to California. When we first started playing the trifecta in California, it required a minimum $3 bet, which was very expensive. Of course, now you're down to 50 cents or so. But basically what we tell you here is that the trifecta is a bet that can be hit if you have a strategy. And actually, we say 4 words or more like it: lack of a strategy. Lack of a strategy is why most people seldom, if ever, hit a trifecta. But if you have a viable strategy with a trifecta bet, the strategy actually becomes more important than the horses you pick. So if you know how to play the horses, how to stack them, because remember you're talking 3 lines, you have to pick the first horse, second horse, and third horse in that order. But there are many viable ways to do that. And again, what we're going to do is cover here 3 of them that we feel are the most viable, that we again have used for years and years, have continued to use this day with good results. A lot of the other text in here basically, again, is just explaining how the trifecta works. We talk about the mathematics of the betting pools, and this again, this was from 1994, but it's still relevant today, where the home mutual pool for, say, the win, place, and show with 385,000, but the trifecta was 461,000. So there's more money going into the exotic pools than the straight wagers. Most of that money is very uninformed money. And if you are one of the few folks out there that are actually informed, then you have a much better chance of hitting this particular wager. And again, we have 12 different strategies in here. We show you how to use betting slips. We go from the very simple that a lot of folks use just as hobbyists at the track, and then we get more sophisticated as we go. But what we find, again, starting here with the board bet, we call it the board bet simple, or down the board. In other words, with a down the board bet, in the simplest format, we're going to take 1 horse, we're going to take our main pick, and we're going to play it down the board with 3 or more of our other picks. So you're going to have 3 separate tickets when you do that. So let's say you like the 2, and the other horses you think are the best contenders are 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to have 3 tickets, and again, we're basing this on $1. Again, you can play 50 cents at most tracks now. So we would have 3 tickets. You would take the number 2 with the 4, 5, 6 to come in second, and then with the 4, 5, 6 to come in third. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. But we don't stop there. We want to hit the trifecta. If our number 2 comes in first, second, or third with any of our other contenders that we have, then we're going to hit the trifecta. So we have to play 2 additional tickets. Second ticket will be 4, 5, and 6 with 2 in the second spot with 4, 5, and 6. Then the third ticket will be 4, 5, and 6 with 4, 5, and 6 with 2. So again, this way, if the 2 comes in first, second, or third with any of the other contenders that we have, any other contenders hit the board as well, then we win the trifecta. And again, this costs $6 each or $3 each if you're playing 50 cents or an $18 bet. You can also add horses to this, of course. You can do a $1. Let's say we like 4 horses in the second spot. So we would do 2 with 4, 5, 6, 10. Then do a 4, 5, 6, 10 with the 4, 5, 6, 10 with 2 in the third spot. And then, with 2 in the second spot, and then also with 2 in the second spot, then 2 in the third spot. So we do the same way. We'd have 2 with 4, 5, 6, 10 with 4, 5, 6, 10, 4, 5, 6, 10 with 10 with 4, 5, 6, 10, 4, 5, 6, 10 with 4, 5, 6, 10 with 2. So basically, if your 2 horse, again, runs first, second, or third, and any of these other 4 hit the board as well, then you're going to win the trifecta. And this one is a $36 ticket. So again, this is a very, very viable strategy, especially if you feel fairly strongly about a horse hitting the board. You figure the horse will probably most likely come in first, second, or third with the other horses. And then the second, this is probably our favorite overall bet. It's called the double board bet. We're playing 2 horses, quote, down the board. So again, let's say we like the 1 and 2 to hit. We like the 1 and 2. We figure 1 or both of them is likely to hit the board. So what we're going to do is play the 1 and 2. And again, this time we're opening up the ticket with all the other horses. And again, you can play, pick 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5, 6 contenders, whatever you want to do. But we're pretending here. Actually, we didn't pretend. We actually played the ticket. But you're going to play 1 and 2 with 1 and 2. So in this ticket, if 1 and 2 come in first, second, or third, and any of the other horses hit, you'll win the trifecta. But we're also going to extend that to 2 more tickets. Then we're going to put all with 1 and 2 with 1 and 2. So any horse wins. We've got all of them, so we're definitely going to get the first half. But if 1 and 2 comes in both set, 1 comes in second, 2 comes in third, you also get it this way. And then we have a final ticket with 1 and 2 with 1 and 2 with all. So if 1 and 2 come in first and second, again, we like these horses as strong contenders. With any horse that comes in third, then we get the trifecta. So we're actually playing 2 horses, what we call down the board. And this, again, $36 ticket with an 8-horse field. If you're playing 8-horse field with all, or $18 with a 50-cent ticket. And here's the actual tickets that we put in. So you can see we've got, for instance, the first ticket would be 2, 7. We like the 2 and 7 here. So we have 2 and 7 with 2 and 7 with 1 through 5 and 7 through 10. The reason it says it's split up here is because the 6 was scratched. So we're actually using all the horses here, but this is just how the ticket. So 2, 7, 2, 7 with 1, 5 through 10. And then we'd have the 2, 7 with 1 through 5 with 7 through 10. Again, that's all. That's basically all because the 6 was scratched with 2, 7. And third ticket would be the other one where we have the all with 2, 7. So again, if 2 or 7 hit the board, run first, second, or third, then or just one of them hits first, second, or third with all, then we get the trifecta. So in other words, it's a more viable situation, cheaper than a box, and boxes are much less likely to hit than these keying situations. So again, understand that when we're doing the down the board bet, we are playing 3 tickets. We're playing and you can do this, of course, with 3 horses or more, however you want to play it. But of course, the ticket gets much more expensive. But basically, we're positioning ourselves with our top picks to hopefully hit a price horse in there with the alls and 2. We may have a couple shorter price horses with a 1 and 2. But if a 14, 17 to 1 shot comes in one of those positions, we're going to get a better payoff. And then our other, probably second favorite overall, is what we call the stack bet. It's 3 by 5 by 5 is the way we normally play it. And what we basically do is we take three horses. The three horses, again, we feel are the strongest contenders, and then we play them with again, we play these horses back again with two other horses, and that's two other horses we feel are contenders. So we'll do like the 1, 2, 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this way, again, if the number 2 or 3 horse wins and any two of our 5 contenders, including the 1, 2, or 3, finish second or third, we collect. So, and again, that's a single ticket. And then if we extend that ticket again out to the way we did the previous ones, with 3 by 3 by 5, we'd have a 1, 2, 3 with 1, 2, 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, again, and this is a relatively inexpensive ticket, especially with it's $9 with a ticket like this, $9 with the 50-cent trifecta. So again, you're playing 3 horses on top, 5 horses including those 3, and then on the second line, and 5 horses including those 3 on the third line. And again, it's something you could also extend out. Let's say you want to do with 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're adding other horses all the way down here. And again, the tickets get a little more expensive. This would be $24. So, but overall, the important thing about you shouldn't even bother playing the strategy if you're playing the trifecta if you're not using a strategy. And strategy means everything when you start, especially with trifecta and superfecta bets. The strategy again can be more important than the actual horses that you choose. So I hope this has helped, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.